People don't even know what they looking at. 'Cause that ain't what they've been taught. They've been shown a globe in the classroom all their life. So they don't even pay attention to what the commercial is even showing them. They showing them the damn what they, you know what I'm saying, how the earth is made where they live. And they showing us scientists actually discovering it. Yeah.
Well, yeah, isn't it? Isn't it? Okay, the water thing. Because you can see a lot of the fucking shit they do in NASA, air bubbles.
It was M24 over here, so I think wants it.
August.
Remember how Hillary said we're going to break this glass dome?
Yeah.
What did she mean by that? Now, you also remember, like, back in, like...
She's basically saying that it got a lot of cracks in it because if you look up, there's a operation called Operation Dominic Fishbowl. Back in the 60s, they were shooting missiles up at the firmament, what it's called.
Well, you look at the history of when we started with nuclear shit, dude. They were throwing up, like, 30 to 40 kiloton fucking nukes.
This is around the time when Donald Byrd and all them. This is around the time when all that was going on.
Like, when they did Hiroshima, that was only, like, maybe a 2-3 kilotons or some shit. These fuckers were putting, back in the day, we were firing, like, 30 to 40 kiloton motherfuckers up on this shit. Like, up.
Now, if you know what Dominic means, Dominic means Dominic means of the Lord. Fishbowl is like a fishbowl. Like if you turn a fishbowl upside down, that's basically what they were shooting at. And they actually got pictures of the missiles hitting something, which is pretty deep. So when Hillary was saying we got a lot of cracks in that glass dome, she was basically referencing that, but nobody knew what she was talking. People thought she was talking about having a woman as the first president, basically. Like, people have formed a dome against women being president, but she was actually saying truth within her speech about how they did actually put cracks into whatever.
Look who runs the world.
Celestial, whatever it is.
Rothschilds, Goldman Sachs. And then go from there.
Got here a vehicle, 240.
Southwest. Then if you basically if you go ahead and read Genesis, it all ties into what it says in there about the water being divided from the water, and what divides the water from the water is the firmament. So I mean, it's truth to it. So why they don't want people to know that?
Yeah, guys down, but to shoot southwest, buildings to the southwest. I saw one.
No, this dude, they crashed into the street over here. They over here.
Yeah, I'm gonna wait though. If they go back in that car, I'm gonna hit them.
Y'all want to just take their car and leave?
No, we have to. No, if I can get one. Bring that car over here. Bring the car over here. Put it right there.
Where?
Just put it right there. Because they're at these buildings in front of us.
Look, it's all made up of
But
fucking
if we can
institutions.
get them when they try to go into
top
their vehicle.
fucking people. They are your Rockefellers, Rothschilds, Goldman, fucking Sachs. Wars are fucking profitable. There's a bunch
gotta
of
get
shit
in
we
that
don't
vehicle
know
no matter
about
what.
because, you know, they rely on institutions. All
Where's the
progress
vehicle?
is held up by
Okay,
The
corporations.
vehicle
shit.
is left side.
Yeah, that's it.
Massive
That's
corporations.
the one they came up in, so you got to get back
We're
in
not being told the truth about anything. Whether we were even
Okay, there
created
you
just
go.
to be slaves in the fucking first place,
it. You ready to take
we
a shot at this
don't
truck
know.
driver?
But
Get
we're
him.
definitely not being told fucking right. And that's when I think those are the fuckers that are crazy. The ones that make a big deal. See how we can just have an open conversation about it? Then people come and go, conspiracy theory. Well, where was the term conspiracy theory fucking evolved from? Was when John F. Kennedy was shot. People were like, so, hang on, so it was one bullet that hit this guy, and this guy. Are you fucking kidding me? Because he looked like he got shot in the throat first. Multiple motherfucking shooters. You know, so the people that were asking the right questions.
Looks like they crashed over
But
here.
the
Yeah,
point
they
that I'm
stopped.
trying to make is the people that are asking the right questions, they got deemed from like then crazy.
Take the.
And I think, you know, because they fucking, when, who was it,
Knocked him.
McCain and fucking
Knocked him.
Bush died that week.
How
I
many
think
more?
Bush had to fucking sack it
Should
because
be
they
one more
took him to
somewhere.
Guantanamo.
Okay, I see him up there behind the blue. Behind the blue thing right there.
I think Bush
Knocked him.
was actually like one of the other shooters, apparently. Like, you know, because remember how he got shot in the throat? Like, he was there working with, like, George W. Senior used to work in the CIA with anti-Castro fucking terrorists and shit like that. You even look at shit called the Secret Service Stand Down. Go check that shit out. Like, and that motherfucker became president, and then suddenly, you know, these motherfuckers have got money in water. It's called blue gold. They've got all money in, like, water shit in Paraguay and shit. Yeah, man, I've done my fucking research. Hey, like, fuck. Oh, dude. Our dude goes on holiday when there's a fucking bushfire crisis and motherfuckers in Hawaii. Don't even get me started with our government. We're suing
Oh,
our
we need that
government.
loot, so I need to loot some
Our government needs to be shut down. Absolutely, dude. Our government, all governments
car's
are
over there
in
by you, Shiny, grab it.
collaboration are being cunts. They're all pushing Agenda 21, but it's falling apart. The EU was the biggest, strongest foothold of trying to do a one world fucking government, making all one currency like they did. No francs, no Deutschmark, no pesetas, nothing, just euro. You know, trying to make shit across the board. Now they're failing. It wasn't until recently my father came over, I found out my uncle was a grandmaster in the Masons. Oh, what shit that motherfucker's doing.
You need to get out of here.
Motherfucker, he even tried to get Dad to do it. He's like, I don't even know what I'm getting into, so I'm not going to be a Mason. My uncle went on to be a Mason. He's fucking high up. So I don't know what level of cunt he's on.
This thing's taking me for a while.
I don't even know if my cousin's in on it yet, so, you know. My dad won't talk politics with me, though. He knows shit and he just stays away. He's like, I'm staying out.
Get over here.
And I don't see my dad because he lives in Scotland. I live in Australia.
Keep coming this way. I gotta heal up.
Yep. But look at people like Nikola Tesla, man. I mean, what he was doing, like, as I said, from even going like looking at the pyramids, he worked out how to, like, you know, pull energy out of the ionosphere. So we never need to do nuclear. We never need to do coal shit. But his experiments were what? You know, sponsored by fucking, what was it, JP Morgan or something, or Goldman Sachs? One of those two, and they're like, you know, it's not going to be profitable. Even though Edison ripped that poor motherfucker off all the way, stole a lot of his patents and shit, because the fucker was like,
you got you don't got no first aid kits? You
know, but I mean, if we had Tesla's way, we wouldn't have had to do shit. I mean, he built these towers. You know, they just recently released a bunch of stuff on WikiLeaks under the Freedom of Information Act. Because you know how you got all these Tesla cars that are about now? I mean, when Nikola
One
Tesla,
moment.
right, he
Let me
had no
heal,
money for
motherfucker.
petrol, so he used to run his old
Just
Ford
leave me
off
here, bro.
electricity.
I'm not gonna be able to heal. Fuck. Go ahead and go.
And
Go ahead and
when
go.
they took all his shit when he died, 2 chests went missing. Some went to a good part of the government, the other 6, where he was more worried about stuff getting into the wrong hands. And 2 went missing, and I think that was all on stuff about the Tesla cars, because now you're seeing, like, you know, everyone exploiting this shit with all these electric cars, which they're writing off as Tesla. But yeah, go check that guy out, man. He's done some awesome shit. Nikola Tesla. So Nicola, Tesla, Tesla.
Tell me when you need to stop.
Look him up, man. He's a really interesting dude.
Should be okay.
I think there's a movie like, because he even started working on time shit. Like, look, shit's crazy, man. Like, he's like, his mind is, yeah. Not sure about him in this world or not, but
Shit, bro, we need to get going. We just need to get going.
he could have. We could have had free power. Like they test like a lot of shit with some of these technologies now in Russia.
Oh fuck!
Got him.
Yeah, Nikola Tesla, man, he's a fucking. He's the reason why we can switch lights on everywhere. Yeah. Yeah. Because he did alternate current. He created alternate current.
Okay,
Like, if we had Edison's way, everything would be in a grid, and like power poles would be like a meter apart. You know what I mean? Three.
God damn it.
Hey, bloke.
Fucking 7
Hang on, mate.
kills.
Just on the phone, Pete. What's going on, bro? Oh, not much. Just gaming. Yeah, I was supposed to work, but I fucking got out of it. And I said, Mum's fucking having a barbie. Usually my name today. Oh, it's Friday weekend. In it. Exactly. In Australia, mobile identification.
Look, he is over there.
God damn, if I had more heals, I could have won that fight.
It's a lot of boxes we didn't loot out there.
I get it, yeah. Yeah, so you're.
Yeah, we just spent too much time looting in circle.
Oh, there goes my paycheck on uniform. Oh, that's alright. Bit cheaper this year, because I suppose, yeah, but you've got a lot of backup shit, you know, that Gertie and Gordy, you know. Yeah, that's it. So that's one of the bonuses, because you've already bought it, a lot of it. Yeah, sweet, yeah. Oh, well, when you're jumping on, well, yeah, I can have a couple of games. I was just seeing if, yeah, you're on. Yeah, I'm on, I'm cruising. Yeah, I can't fucking, what?
I ain't heard you talk since you was looking at that August Picard video.
Well, I've kept it coded so there's not too much.
We're taking off.
A lot of.
What are you talking about?
Where are we dropping?
They can't go because they can't leave this system. It's a closed system. all that space shit is fake and phony. They cannot leave. You cannot leave, bruh. Unless you open open time and space, you open up a portal. That's the only way you can leave. Ain't no such thing as traveling in no fucking Mars. If you believe that shit, you believe in all that cartoon shit that they be showing you. Seriously, they be showing you computer generated shit that they ain't never been to themselves. You know damn well they cannot even go to half of that shit that they show you.
God damn, there's at least like fucking
You don't
7
even know.
teams
You
coming
know?
here.
Do you know that half of the shit that they think are planets is like really just moving stars? People don't even know what a star is. People don't even know what a star is, bro. All the lies that they done filled up in people's heads in school, man. This is fucking retarded.
Who's me carrying a whole fucking team?
They'll tell you that they sent a rover to Mars and that shit in Greenland somewhere, and you can see like
Well, they got shit driving around in China, don't
it's
they?
all
Like
fake,
China's
bro.
got like some probe up on the moon, yeah.
NASA's some fucking reptile, fucking
They've got
lying
like a
ass
fucking,
bitches.
like another fucking thing driving around up on the moon, like the dark side of it. China does. Because they got one up there, didn't they?
All these countries signed one petition, and you cannot go and explore Antarctica. Why is that? Why do they agree on that one thing?
Because
You can't
they
explore
found
it. You can't
pyramids
go
and all that
past.
other
You
shit.
can't go past a certain line. You can't go past.
Even though everyone owns it, everyone's got a piece of it. You know what I mean? Every country. But I've seen pictures where they found pyramids there.
Nah. Dilbert's talking about where
And
the place
there's
where
a
you
lot
can,
of
you can
people.
actually live. I'm talking about places where the military and all that shit is at.
Well, there was an engineer, I've forgotten his name, and he said he helped build a lot of it, where there's like fucking cities within like mountains inside the
Yeah, all I
area
got
and
is
shit
a
like
sickle
that,
right
and there's
now.
like actual
Goddamn.
tunnel systems, Mach 2 speed, you know, and cities within shit. You know what I mean? Like, he was going on about it. They had about
Dilbert, I was
25
about to
attempts
fucking
on the
sickle
dude's
you.
life.
I thought you were an
They
enemy.
finally got him.
I was gonna sickle
But
you
he
so
was talking
good.
about all that shit.
Okay, I got something, I guess.
That dude, what's that science guy, that Bill Nye dude? Yeah, so this dude has I don't know, I guess he got mad at them. And he actually came out and said that, dude, you cannot leave. This system is closed. Then he came out and retracted his statement and went back to his Bill Nye the Science Guy shit like a month later. I mean, why would you build a big hydrogen collider if you can leave? What would be the whole point? What would be the whole purpose of doing that? Why would you even build it? If you can actually leave this system, if you can actually leave the system, then why would you even build that? You can't. You can't leave.
Mm-hmm. Well, I said a lot of shit. Like, look up like that guy Bob Lazar.
But you gotta
I
understand,
mean,
Dilbert, half
you
of that
know,
shit they
and
show you
he's,
about
you know,
space is
look,
not
he's
even
just like,
real.
and see, look, these are most
You're looking at
Most
like
credible
computer
people that have
generated
come
shit.
out with this shit, you know what I mean? Why would I have to be remembered as some whack job, you know, coming out with aliens? I mean, these have been credible people that are saying shit about it, you know? It's like, he's even said, like, why would I want, you know, to have this put on me? You know what I mean? People don't want it,
Like if
but,
they actually
hey,
really
look,
had
this is,
something in space
you know,
floating around, or what do they call those
I
satellites?
mean, he's putting his
They
shit
can
out on the
actually
line to
pan
go,
around
hey,
Earth and
look,
show
check it
you all
out,
of it
you
if it
know?
was like the thing said, but they can't even do that.
I mean, we need to back fuckers like that and not, like, demonize them and go, oh, you're a fucking lunatic. It's like, well, why is this...
Yeah,
You gotta ask,
I see
why
a scorpion
would
is
this
what you're
guy,
talking about,
like,
so
he's
go find
fine.
something.
He could just go, you know, because ignorance is bliss, isn't it? You know, he could just go live on and whatever. Or here's a couple of
Hold on,
fucking
hold on.
million, shut the fuck up, money. Okay, I'm done. I'm not
Oh,
Guy
you
IQ 35.
still
Hawaii.
talking about like the
You
system
know.
that they taught us in school. Once you start learning about how the Earth really is, you actually learn that the system
Well,
they
there's an
teach you
agenda,
sun.
so what?
They
But
send you
why?
no. They teach you sun worship like Egyptian stuff. It's called sun worship.
Well, yeah,
The
no, no,
Earth does not
sun
rotate
gazers,
around the
yeah, sun
sun,
gazers,
bro.
and you get all of
It's
your, yeah,
the
and
Earth
because
does
they
not
praised it,
rotate
because it,
around the sun. The sun
hmm
and the moon rotates around the
that's
Earth.
exactly, yep, yep, I'm with you, I remember that, and you can do your
Yeah,
sun
they're above us,
gazing,
they'll
I
work.
do. When the sun's
Bro,
going
once you
down, you can
figure that
actually look
out,
at it,
then
it's
their
really
whole
good
system
energy.
fucking falls apart.
You go watch the sun on sunset, man, that's wicked energy,
Got him, I
you
got him.
see your shit
Oh,
charging, man.
just put you up.
And that's what people worship the sun for, because it was there, it was plausible.
Yeah,
You know,
I got a
it grew
winch.
their shit, it bring light to the
Watch
dark,
out.
it grows the crops. You know, so it was a tangible, it was something that was there, and people
Oh, I
used to
got him.
believe in that.
Yep,
Yeah,
he's by you. I see him.
then you know,
Yeah, I'm good right here, I'm good right here.
He's right over
Watch out,
there.
the opposite.
All they got is fucking Molotov.
generating its own light.
Yo, Phil, you get me. Phil, get me. Stuck right there.
Somebody grab Gunner.
Dilbert, come over to us.
God damn it. Get him, Shiny.
Yeah, I got 8
Yeah,
shots left.
how's that?
Oh, fuck. Damn. Shit picked up Dilbert.
Well, there was talk, right? I don't.
Alright, now you're about to third.
Oh, I have no ammo, because I had no guns the whole time.
Here's a
I'll pick
theory,
him up.
right? Because they talk about, you look at the craters on the moon, right? They don't, you know, that should almost Swiss cheese the shit, yeah? Like, they just go to a point. They reckon, like, I mean, and I'm not sure about the whole moon fucking thing, right? But if we had assistance to get up there, but there was something they said is when they fucking did drop something down, like one of the other fucking pods or some shit and blew it up.
Think they got there,
That
though?
shit rattled like a fucking bell. You know what I mean? So whether it's even been bought here, it might just be. Yeah.
How could you lose for technology to go if you've been there before?
I think there's a lot more to the moon and Mars. Maybe even Mars was something similar to what this was, and we fucked that up, and now.
No, I mean, if you, all right, when you're born, all right, when you go to the first thing you go to, oh, think about it. No, it doesn't, because think about it. The first thing you see when you go into a classroom is a globe. If everybody is taught the
Yes.
same lie over and over again, you start believing the lie.
That's the
Matter of
first
fact,
shit
when
that
you
they
get
told
old
you.
enough, when you get older, if somebody questions the lie you've been taught, you'll fucking defend the lie.
Well, you don't really start questioning it. I mean, you're too little to fucking worry about it, but it just starts becoming in-ground. And when you're in your teens, give a fuck. You know what I mean? You just want pussy and, you know, go partying and whatever and get your shit sorted. So you don't actually really... Well, that's in my life, I guess, you know, like you know, and
I mean,
I guess we've all been brought up like that. When you start actually
why wouldn't
starting to
they want
question
to
it,
teach
though,
you
you're going,
one of
well,
the
hang on.
first scientists that explored and showed you what your home looks like, what your Earth, what it looks like? Why wouldn't they want to teach you that in school?
But go and look at some of the NASA fucking pictures that they do, where they're like, "Oh, look, we're up in the
They're
spaceship."
composites.
I mean, it clearly looks like they put hairspray in some of the shit. You know what I mean?
Some
Because
of
you're
them
going to
even
see
have
people that
words
go in those
written in the
planes.
clouds. Come on, man. Copy and paste.
Mm. Mm. All men are created equal.
I'm about to go right here. Not making it.
No, you're born in image. Right,
You
you're
guys in a
born in
team
the
with you?
image.
You guys are in a team with you?
Yes. And they're the first of the humanoids, I think. Like if you look on Ancient Aliens and
Yeah,
stuff, they
somebody
talk
coming down
about
there
that.
right now in the other warehouse next to you, Dilbert. In the
And
warehouse.
they talk about stuff like Zeus had lightning. Maybe they just had more powerful extraterrestrial
No, he's
weapons
right
and
in
stuff.
there, right there.
These were the first of those.
I'm still in the area. I'm
So
coming down right
either
now.
they've
And
been
his
just been
buddy laying
DNA
down.
altered or
Laying down right
whatever.
now.
Yeah, I'm
And
not gonna
but,
be
you
any
know,
help far away.
Fuck, we're gonna have to shoot the fair ones in here.
hmm.
Oh, this motherfucker found a goddamn gun.
But you've got to look at like all the technologies. I think if anything, we've gone backwards. I don't know why.
No, it's a guy. He's a guy. He owe me. He owe me right here. Oh, shit. Ah! I got a pistol. Let me see if I can get this one.
But look, okay, so they've probably had
Is he
all
running?
these civilizations, but not maybe accounted for what Earth is like.
Another guy? Another
Climate.
guy?
Because I mean, you know, I'm not for global warming, but the planet, I mean, you know, it's going through its own cycles as well. You know what I mean? So, like, at one point, you know, like, well, I mean, Antarctica was flush, wasn't it? So there's some big event that's happened where everything's just shifted and wiped a bunch of fuckers out on its own natural fucking thing.
Here, I'll try again. I'll try avenging you guys or anything.
Well, they say that your teeth is not made. Your teeth is not. Your teeth are squares. So it wasn't made to,
Well,
like,
see, we're not, I mean,
be
here's
carnivore.
another thing. We're not even designed to eat meat, really. I mean, don't get me
I think
wrong.
we already
I
had this
love my steak
conversation,
and all that sort of shit. But look,
Lucy.
there's another, they've done like a whole thing on what, UFC? Like fighters, I think even Conor McGregor, where they've gone to like just plant-based diets. Because Conor was all about, you know, like a fucking steak for breakfast, steak for fucking lunch, steak.
I ain't hear you. What you say, Dilbert?
And then they put him on a plant fucking based diet. His performance has been higher. And they've got shit of dudes that are fucking in their 60s, man, that still fucking look like they're in their fucking 20s.
You said they had point. You said they had different type of teeth than we have right now.
Well, our teeth, look, we don't, look, we do to a point, I guess,
So
but our
they were
immune
basically
system and
meat
our
eaters,
teeth, Well, we're more our like digestive system and our teeth and everything. We're more based off of like plant stuff. You know what I mean?
Hmm.
Like we digest and take all that sort of stuff in better than and it passes through us better than I guess meat. But it gives us good energy. But I don't.
Hey,
It's not necessarily
I
you've been
got
taught
I
like
got
milk
something else.
gives you
I got something else
calcium and
that'll.
meat
I
gives you
got. Hey
iron, but
guys.
it's not necessarily. There's better ways of doing it.
Hey yo, I got something else that'll fucking blow your mind too, bro. Have you ever watched? You ever looked at a mountain before, like a real big mountain, and never noticed it looks like a giant tree that's been chopped down?
Yeah, I
It
used
looks
to run up a lot when I was a
like
kid
some
in
stump.
Scotland.
Yeah, some of them like giant mountains even look like stumps.
Yeah, graves, big fucking graves. I know what you're talking about.
It kind of like made me think about that movie that they made with the avatars, how giant the trees were. Like back in the day, if we had giant like dinosaurs and birds, so we had to have giant trees that were like huge
But
to
here's a
sustain that
common
type of
thing,
those type
right?
of life forms.
Here's a common thing in all ancient culture writings, like China, India, Japan, places like this. You have all these little people serving these
Hmm.
big creatures, all representations all throughout. You know what I mean? Through all the ancient writings, all the ancient scripts, even in China, India. You know what I mean? Servants, here, eat, eat. What's that about? It's clearly drawn. I'll be back in a sec.
If you ever, hey, we about to go to the quarry, man. Hey, go to the quarry and look at the mountain that's on the quarry. It looks just like a tree. So even the people that made this game know that.
No. Thing is, though, over the past, probably the last 5 years, I think people have become a lot more interested in this shit. Not just to go, oh, conspiracy theorist. You'd say something about a UFO and some shit, fucking, oh, you're a fucking whack job or some shit, like even 6 or 7 years ago. I mean, it's becoming a bit more open.
Yeah, I don't think you can call everybody a conspiracy theorist. All they're doing is just researching
Well,
and
you're not
asking
if you
questions.
ask like generally good questions, like logical questions about stuff. That's
Everybody's
what I
not
mean.
just
My
going to
reverend man used to
obey
kick me out
everything
of
that the
biblical
government tells them.
narrative all the time, man. I say, well, if he's so good at this,
Oh,
then why wasn't he around at this? And then
he's
this, and then this,
inside
and this.
it's way up there.
Yeah, my reverend fucking hated me,
Fuck.
man.
This
Yes.
bitch can get me too. Fuck.
Oh, they're all in motherfucking Antarctica and shit.
Yo, Shiny, this dude is still is in this.
There are ones about because look, there's been a lot of people that have talked about it, and whether you call them whack jobs or not, one of the common things that they fucking said, right, that people have come across them, have said you don't actually, like we move our lips to have a conversation and shit, right? You don't. It's all telepathic shit. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he's all the way up there.
So I don't know if that's got anything to do with the thyroid gland, like, because this is what fluoride does. Like, and they've even done, you know, studies from, what was it? Yeah. So, you know, and fluoride calcifies that shit, yeah? And, yes. Well, you know the eye on the top of the pyramid, yeah? Okay, so you know how it all closes in? And then you've still got that eye on the top. So that means, what that means is human perspective. So it's like we're, you know, like, okay, right, if you see a ship going over the horizon, you know it goes past that line, right? Now, is that really gone, or is that just because that's out of your perspective? Is that the curvature of the Earth? Or is that just gone out of your perspective? Because you can pull out some binoculars and go, oh, look, there you go. I can see it. You know what I'm saying? That's what that's about, man. That fucking big eye on top of the pyramid.
There's a whole team up there.
I drop some shit, man. I have my moments every now and then. I had some psychic chick pull me up when I was working, and I ended up sitting with her because she said something about some light glowing too high and you asking too many of the right questions, and basically I need to shut the fuck up. So this was a couple of years ago. I was getting really loud. Hey?
Oh, fucking scope.
I don't know, it was one of the most weirdest conversations. I had some scientist dude though, that they fucking, as well, that used to come past, because I used to run these kiosks in shopping centres and stuff. And I don't know, I had a scientist guy that came past a couple of times that said he did this and knew of some chick that even interbred with some alien and fucking they're up there and all this other shit. He was quite strange, man, but fucking, I don't know. But I spoke with some psychic chick that's, yeah, man, that fucking was one of the weirdest conversations, man. I was sitting with her for about 3 hours, but she said I need to stop going down the path that I'm going. So I kind of did. But see, you know, like even in my teens and stuff like that, man, I was never into that political shit, you know, like we talked about earlier. You don't give a fuck, do you? Whether it's round, whatever. You're off getting pussy, you're off being a teenager, you don't care, man. You know?
For shit.
It's, I don't know, and unless you get woken up by someone that said, well, think about it like this. Oh, you know? And that's what happened to me. And then I just started looking into shit. And then I'd sort of go back and think of stuff that even Granddad told me, you know, back through World War II and stuff he said about his dad and stuff like that, you know, and it's all just a fucking racket. And he told me there was some fucking weird shit going on. I mean, he was a chief petty officer in the Navy you know, so at 21. So he was a switched on man. And he told me some interesting shit, but, you know, and I've been through all, like, you know, Tower Londons, I've travelled all over Europe. I've travelled most of the world. I've been to a lot of places, South Africa, all over Europe. Haven't done any of South America or anything like that. In Canada. I liked Amsterdam a lot. That place is cool. But I remember, like, my uncle took me into Lichfield Cathedral, which is a triple cathedral, which he took care of and showed me some ancient stone angels and stuff like that, which was not like barred for public stuff. Stuff they dug up. There's a lot of weird shit going on. But yeah, as I say, I just got woken up to shit. I mean, I remember, and I wasn't into politics, but I remember 9/11 going down. And it didn't seem right. You know, like, I mean, it looked like something from a Steven Seagal movie, how those planes hit that shit. Because it was all CGI. You know, most of the people on the day were like, nah, like the fucking lobbies were blown out. Until they fucking started trying to battle through to get the hole. There was an aeroplane that hit that shit. Yeah.
There's a lot of bombs.
I mean, you know, you had a lot of first responders that got fucking, you know, like,
they got fucked
halfway
up
up Tower 1
bombs.
that came down, you know, when, you know, whatever.
Came down like a demolition.
And fucking, yeah, and then they got down to the lobbies and they're like, well, these, you know, everyone knows the lobbies at the World Trade Centers. They were nice lobbies. It's the first, you know, representation of the place when you come in. You know what I mean? They've got to be shiny and awesome, like, you know. And they came down, this shit was all blown out. I mean, even Trump said at the time, he fucking built shit. It's like, you know, the fucking things were built for 6.5 plus on the Richter scale. I mean, you fly a plane into that shit, it's going to disintegrate. Well, the fuck it's going to come out the other end with without a dent on their fucking... Because there's one footage where it comes out the other end. I mean, have you seen what a flock of birds does to an aeroplane if it fucking hits it? They have the capability, a fucking duck or a fucking bird can ding the fucking whole front end of a fucking aeroplane in. Yeah, that can go through a couple of foot of concrete, come out the other side without a dent on it. Are you fucking kidding me? It's the same with our whole Port Arthur massacre shit where Australia handed in the guns. I mean, the guy was a fucking invalid. He was a registered fucking invalid. Yeah, they have fucking, you know, snipers in the fucking top 10 of the shit that they do. That's the Western world. Top 10. Saying, how did this motherfucker do this shit? He's like, look at the headshot ratio. He's better than me.
Yeah, they hit
the kid's a fucking invalid.
Got him.
All false flag bullshit. Yeah, you know, everybody went, didn't they, to go get this Osama bin Laden motherfucker, which we couldn't find because he was in a fucking running around in caves. Shows up at what? Stone throw away from a military base. It's like, yeah, we got him. Oh, let's give him a proper burial. Throw him off the helicopter. Are you kidding me? I mean, as if people didn't want his head on a stick in Times Square going, yeah.
A lot of 7.62. Yeah. 30 rounds of 5.56.
I do rant a bit. I've had a couple of beers. Sorry, people. Am I talking shit, though?
Someone else is approaching.
I'm not talking shit, man. That's how it was, though, yeah? Wasn't it? Well, good, man. Good. Fucking good. Good. As I said, look, man, I just question everything. So, look, if it's affected you and you've waken up and shit and fuck, then fuck yeah, man. Tell fucking everyone.
One.
It's all fucked up.
Take the sale, take them.
Oh, dude, I've spent a lot of time on it. I've just been a conspiracy theorist for a long time. And it's like, well, hold up. Like, question it, look at it this way. Like, people are onto it now, man. More and more. You know, people know what the fuck's up. And we're sick of fucking governments fucking, you know, fucking everything up. You know, what's all this fucking 60 years of work and then 20 years of fucking freedom shit? You know what I mean?
Doing good.
And then you get too old and in your retirement fucking days because you work 60 years, the fuck do you give a fuck? Get my Winnebago and we're going across America. Or whatever. You don't give a fuck about aliens, you know what I mean? So we're at what point? Don't even listen to any of the shit this Greta Thunberg bitch has to say. Oh, that bitch is crazy.
Extended
She's got a
AR in
fucking
there?
mental illness. Think she knows what the fuck's going on, man? I mean, the world's cooling, apparently. You know, the fucking ice sheets are getting bigger. I mean, look at Al Gore. He's done the what? Fahrenheit 9/11. Now he's done this inconvenient sequel. The motherfucker doesn't know shit.
That's
Everything
his
he
team
talks
right
about
here.
hasn't
Team
happened.
East.
Hmm? Well, he hasn't, has it? Like, I mean, if we listen to Al Gore, then we would all be kind of like, oh, he's made a lot of money for some bullshit.
Oh, we got
man.
two
What a
teams on us?
hustler.
Yep. One's behind you guys because he lit me up like I was in cover, so. Yo, yep. Still the other team.
Yeah, fuck it.
Oh man, they're all nasty. I mean, whether you like Trump or not, man, he's a businessman. He's not taking a paycheck. I mean, isn't unemployment like rates better? Like, isn't it a better place at the moment? Hasn't he just introduced some fucking America First tax or some shit? Like, what's that about?
Yeah, we in.
I mean, is this good? I mean, like... Well, they've just, well, there's been big things going on, like, you know, because of even getting stuff for being asthma pumps and shit like that, like, where they've jacked prices up for everything, and there's been big things in court, like, these places have been served and shit. Yeah, I've been out for a fucking year, but I just got a cash in hand job and fucking yeah. Well, I know how to sell shit to motherfuckers. I would do that. Or you might, I don't know, get like equivalent of like a an ABN number. So you have to go, I guess maybe through the government and then apply for like I don't know. They're called ABN numbers in Australia. It gives you a business number, so then you can put your business up under that. As long as you know you got an accountant, make sure whatever you're earning, because it's going to be gross. So the gross amount is what you earn, but the net amount is what you pocket. So you've got a certain amount that goes to tax and all your other shit, yeah? But yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Whoa. There's a whole bunch of no motherfuckers back there. Oh, shit.
Line to the south.
Yeah.
Yeah, I see that one guy right here. Pushing up.
Yeah, now you got all this bullshit hoops you got to jump through online and fucking learn this shit and this shit. Fuck off. Like, he needs some fucking, hey.
Yo.
Some labor and shit, man,
They
whatever.
Right.
Oh man, I smoke weed, so they put you all through all these fucking tests and shit now.
You got a grenade, throw it over there before they pick them up.
Yeah, man, I went for one and I didn't think they worked, and they did a whole fucking piss test and shit, and he's like, damn, like my THC levels are pretty high. So yeah, I can work.
Heal up. Got my kill, yeah.
Yeah.
Alright, yo.
Yeah. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna fucking fail every time. I don't need one. I was just like, no, I'm not even gonna bother. I know what the fucking outcome of that shit's gonna be. Well, I'm sure it works. I need to find out ways to make it not work. In it, and go, look, yeah, look, I'm fine. Oh, I like to get high. I'm not, you know, yeah, I'm cruising, man. I have a couple of fucking cones and fucking drink beer. And that's it. I don't even think marijuana is fucking a drug. It's a fucking plant out of the ground.
Rubber.
You know what I mean? You can just dry that shit and chop it. I mean, you're not going as much as cocaine where you fucking do all this and all this other shit. But, you know, that shit's expensive and no one ever...
Well, look, we didn't play.
You know, I haven't even gone there, you know what I mean, with that.
I missed a lot of bullets.
Well, that's it. I just take these are just buds off the tree, man. They dry out, and then you chop it and put some tobacco with it, which is fucking, you know. Do you know how much it is for a pack of 20s? A pack of 25s in Australia is nearly like $32 or some shit.
Oh, it's barely shit.
Like, our cigarettes in Australia, man, are going up every week.
Is that a PlayStation team?
It is.
Fuck out of here.
Fuck. Yeah, man, it's fucked up.
Hell no.
Yeah, our government, man, don't worry, man, we hate our government. Our government's, after fucking all this shit.
I've been quit. He said, what you say, real? So you gotta sip a couple of beers and have a joint or something. No, I ain't got you muted, bro. I just can't really hear you. Who? I don't got nobody muted.
My life is watch out for the quiet motherfucker in the room. The one that's quiet. I'm a loudmouth motherfucker. But I see a quiet motherfucker in the room sitting in the corner, I'll just leave his shit alone. I don't touch him. And he's quiet. He's just sitting there reading his paper. He's probably got fucking some Desert Eagle in his fucking back pocket or some shit. I don't know. But Australia's quiet. You know that sort of quiet before angry quiet? Like silence before storm quiet? Australia's pissed, man. Like, oh yeah. We're fucking angry. Our government, man, is gonna, like, yeah. As I said, man, like, there was the whole bushfire crisis. Our fucking Prime Minister goes on holidays.
Lucy.
Yes. Like cunts. Gangsters. Kind of cunts. They charge farmers for fucking water that fucking rains in their fucking dams. They're fucking trying, because everything,
I think they
for
got
some
prime
reason
ministers.
in Australia, right? For some reason in Australia, like, China can buy real estate over here. A lot of our dairy farms, all of our shit have been sold up to the Chinese. Like, I mean, and they just step shit up a notch. You know, like shit's... Yeah, man, our government's fucked, bro. We hate them. They're destroying everything.
I wonder, do they vote them in every 4 years?
Well, see, that's the thing, like, because we had Malcolm Turnbull before this, which he got stabbed in the back by this cunt, and that Prime Minister before that cunt who just got stabbed in the back stabbed another dude which everybody voted in, and he was popular, but that cunt stabbed him in the back. And then he got booted, because he stabbed him in the back, and that was Malcolm Turnbull. Yeah, and then then we had the whole thing with Kevin Rudd and Julia Gillard. She stabbed that cunt in the back and took over. Some fucking red knob bitch. You know, so the ones we've voted for have been stabbed in the back. And then we've just had a whole fucking thing over the past few years of cunts stabbing each other in the back, which no one's voted for.
Okay, I'm gonna pick up a QB.
It's fucked up. I mean, see, the thing is, governments didn't need to be this big. You know what I mean? They've suddenly gotten really big. They weren't that big. You know, they had a job like a bank. Well, banks shouldn't be that big. Go watch The Big Short, yeah? Have you seen the movie The Big Short? It's about the 2008 financial collapse. It's a great movie. Go watch some shit about that. Watch some Zeitgeist.
Fuck!
See what all those fuckers are about.
Man, I got no fucking real gun. Watch out.
Yeah, I could never be bothered with this shit. It used to bore the shit out of me. But I felt like I had to fucking know, so I did. I started reading, I started looking shit up. And then I started getting owned on the spot. And it's like it'd be lost for shit because I didn't have knowledge on that. And it'd be like, well, yeah. So I went and got knowledge on it. It's like you can throw most shit at me. You know, I can think on the spot a lot better about it because I've
getting thirst, bitch.
Executing your shit, bitch. You too, motherfucker.
Shit. Phil coming around.
Oh, well, look. You know what, well, I appreciate the conversations going on here. Like, everyone here, man, like, you're all fucking open-minded as fuck. You know? Your mind has to be like a parachute. If it ain't open, it don't work. So, you know. I'm digging the conversations. Everyone's open house, man. That's fucking awesome. Really cool. I mean, no one really wants to fight each other. I think we need to think, you know, the whole time of war and all that sort of shit, that's over, man. Everyone wants to explore shit and, like, you know, and the only thing is we're getting held up by corporations holding everybody up with their shit. I think marijuana was put on the planet, you know, to keep tensions calm, you know. The only tragic thing that's going to happen out of marijuana is you're going to get really fucking hungry. Yeah, otherwise you're fucked like a champion.
Yo.
Nobody wants to start shit and have a fight, do they? You know?
I got one.
It's a patience drug, you know. If you've got a crazy missus, man, have a toke on a joint. Yeah, whatever, baby. That's fine. I love you anyway. I don't care. You still hurt my brain, but I'm high. Yeah, man. I mean, some of the most happiest people are in Amsterdam. Why the fuck is that? Is that a coincidence? Or, I mean, really? Come on.
Weed and strip joints.
Yeah, man. What's a bit of plant? What's the problem? It's a fucking plant. Smoking it. I'll go smoke some fucking parsley and shit.
They gonna tax the shit out of it.
Yeah, because you're undercutting the government. In it. Man, I love this Viking with the sledgehammer, man. I just break every motherfucker.
None. That was a reload my gun.
Someone just sent me a friend request. I have no clue who this
Oh! Yeah, I usually get my shit around the corner because the mate of mine I've known since high school, man. He's just got raided today, though. Like, really? Yeah, no shit. You're at the cop shop right now. And so saying to my mate, don't go around, yeah? Don't leave messages. He's got his phone, too. We could be fucked. Right, I have a motherfuckers knocking on my door. You get high? No, man. What you talking about? No one gives a shit. Like, fuck off. Cops are fucking a business here, man. And see, that's all it is. Like, you know, is what you were probably saying with Obama. That was probably a good thing he did. It's like, you know, putting 7 years for having a fucking G of weed. I mean, come on. Really? What the fuck is going on there? There's more to it than fucking that, isn't it?
Yeah, 54 minutes. Alright, but
it's a business. Do you know what I mean? Right, because our cops, right, they have to go by like a KPI system. So it's like, you know, when you're telling marketing.
they got a quota to fill.
You have to, like, speak to as many people and get this many fucking sales.
They
so
gotta go out
really
and they gotta make some shit happen if they can't find it.
Yeah, exactly. So that's not running it in like we're preventing crime. That's like, oh, hang on, I need to get another one to get my bonus pay this week. You know what I'm saying? So they just pull someone up for some shit and then instigate some shit and turn it into a crime. And if you don't know your rights, then you know
they get away with a lot of shit if you don't know your rights.
Fucking end up in jail for fucking how long? Like, man, I was just going home. What the fuck just happened here? Fucker, what? You know, like, yeah, because they're running the shit like businesses. And it's all fucking bought out by your top 1% motherfuckers.
God damn, I need to find a fucking pistol.
Let's see. Yeah, level 3 in here.
What? Pick another character. Oh, these guys are going big, aren't they? Oh, I got squeezed down. Mm. Oh, get your big booty out, cause you're getting fucked. By everything.
You know, you get tired of big asses, then the first slim chick you see gonna look bad than a motherfucker, do you? Straight Amazon style. Now you always just, man.
Damn, you didn't tell me you're moving, Phil. Yeah, come this way, Phil. Come this way.
What you got?
We gotta stay over here, anyways. We can go to these buildings.
So whereabouts are most of you guys at in the US? Oh, you're in Vegas. Is there shit with like the actual count? You know, that does all those cars up? You know how they did that reality show? And the porn star show? Yeah, counting cars. Is that, do you see that guy? Is he around? The dude that does counting cars. The count. So, I mean, is that show full of shit? Does he actually have a fucking garage there where he fixes up cars, or is that all bullshit? Oh, okay. Like the pawn shop as well?
What is it called?
Yeah, Pawn Stars or some shit.
Ponds. Oh yeah, okay. That's in Las Vegas?
Oh, is that Vegas? Yeah, no, it's Vegas because they're mates. Because, you know, they go around the corner to see each other and shit. Yeah, like Rick from the pawn shop's gone around to see the count. You know, when they picked up cars at the pawn shop and stuff like that. They've been mates. Is that all bullshit, though, or is that actually...
Hold still, motherfucker. Knocked him. Knocked him.
Hey, somebody pulling up behind you to yourself to your left over there. Coming out the gas.
Alright, I need your help. I already got 2 knocked over here. I need you to hear that guy if I hand these guys. bad. My bad. That's my goddamn 5 kills. Hey.
No.
Man, I have 3 of them fucking knocked. Look at that one, jeez. 752.
Fino too young to go to all the spots, man. Somebody take it. Where we going? Okay. What about that? Okay. No. a VSS up here. Yep. So DP 28 in here. AK in here. Yeah, right. It's in the room over there. Ooh, okay. It's right there. Shit. Oh, damn, I did not mean to pick up that. Oh. Damn, we always losing someone. Damn. All of this is a lie. Mark it. Where we guess we can see what the circle do. I'm gonna grab this other vehicle over here. Damn. I ain't did it before, but I don't do that shit no more. Oh, what the heck? Over there, though. Get him. Yeah. I didn't know he was gonna be right there when I opened the door. think that's it for me, man. I ain't ate dinner all day. I want to make me some dinner. Have to make me some dinner, man. What's this prank you talking about, man?